Well, hello and welcome to the First Alert Weather Podcast, folks. I'm Chief Meteorologist Mark Nelson here in the First Alert Weather Center. Technically, I'm actually kind of in a side room. We're joined by Camila Ortiz this evening. How are you, Camila?
I'm good. I am in the Weather Center.
You are in the official Weather Center. We always have that thermometer just hanging right over your head, like a little
halo.
And
the penguin.
That is a penguin, isn't it? Is that something we got from a school kid once? Is that right? That thing?
I don't remember what that was. Or was that one of the weird reject donations that we got from the toy drive one year?
Sometimes, and we should clarify what that means. We do the toy drive, every November and December. And sometimes we always need new unwrapped toys. Sometimes somebody, God bless their heart, will donate a nice little old ratty toy. And they mean well, but we just can't give a used toy to somebody, to a kid. Right. So sometimes we've had the leftovers in the Weather Center. Believe it or not. Well, how you doing?
Good. I mean, I don't want to say it's been nice out and make somebody mad because this is unusual, but
stop.
For like bike riding,
nice.
It's for being outside in general in January, this is insanely nice.
Yeah, the sunshine is really nice now. Your perception of nice would be filtered by whether you live near or in the east wind zone or outside of the east wind zone, obviously. But, I mean, waking up to the sunshine every day, that does raise my mood. It gets me through what typically is our grayest, darkest month of the year, along with December. So absolutely. I'm just fine with it. Okay, so let's jump into it. You got a big show coming up at 8 p.m. We're recording this Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. We're going to talk about the dry and mild January so far. Warm for some, others not so warm. When will the east wind die? I mean, twice in the last 2 days when I've stopped to do business on the east side of town. That's the number one question. Second question is it going to snow? I'm getting that a lot. Are you getting that, Camila?
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'm still getting, not only when is it going to snow, when is it going to snow in Portland?
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. And I'm like, I just like poo-poo. I'm like, don't even worry about it.
I mean, I'm at a point now where I'm like, we would love to see snow in the mountains.
Yeah.
When's that going to happen?
Snow in the mountains. In fact, that's point 3. Topic 3 is what's ahead in a ski season update. It's pretty bad. And then term of the week, Camila did this one. I suggested and said, hey, you want to do this one? We're going to talk about space weather, the K index.
Let me tell you, that was a doozy. I had to do some extra little research on those.
Yeah. Everything you need to know and maybe didn't want to know, but you're going to know about the K, KP, and the BZ indices. You do say indices if it's more than one, right? You don't say indexes.
That is correct. No.
Okay.
Indices.
And you can probably, you can probably guess the viewer photos are somewhat related to the space weather.
It's going to be good.
So, we had the rainy weather early in the month. That first week was pretty wet and mild, the continuation of December, right? And then we had some warm days that were dryish. And now we're into the cooler weather. We don't have today's number. It was 45. So wait, was today? Yeah. Today was the coolest day since last Wednesday.
Yeah.
In fact, I would say it's probably the coolest sunny day we've had so far this month. Maybe.
That's probably fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the low temperatures. There you go. You put this.
Yeah. So I just wanted to make the point that even though a lot of our days have been above average in terms of our high temperature, our lows have actually been pretty chilly because of the clear skies. We're getting this cooler air through the gorge. So, we've seen, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just in the last couple of weeks that have been at freezing or below.
Oh,
so
yeah,
6. 1,
right.
2,
I'm
3,
sorry. I was counting the last 6 days. We were talking. Sorry, I shouldn't have jumped in.
How dare you interrupt me? No, but yeah, it's been, so at least we've had those nice crisp mornings. That's the only thing that's really made it feel like winter lately, right?
Right. Yeah. Chilly stuff. And if you're in the east wind zone, then it feels extra wintry. But the calm areas actually it's funny, the calm areas get colder, of course.
Yeah.
I know we've had some low 20s, 21, 22s, but then the calm areas bounce up nicely in the afternoon. Whereas the windy areas, they don't get down to freezing typically, but then it doesn't get very warm in the afternoon. Right. Smaller range. Where there's wind, there's a smaller range in daily temperature.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the rain, boy, that's a big story. I never thought that after last year's long dry spell in January that we'd do the same thing this year.
I know. It's been crazy.
So really, we've gone 2 weeks with pretty much no rain.
Yeah. What is that? 10? Today's day 10 in a row.
There we go. 10-day streak.
That 1/100th of an inch on that Sunday ruined it. We would have already probably been I guess we would have only gotten 3 more days out of it.
We would have been at, let's say if we would have started here, we'd be at day 13 or 14, right? Something
Yeah.
But there's still hope. 8 more days. Could we go? Where are we? 1, 2, 3. Actually, we could go 8 days possible. 8 more days.
Yeah.
Probably not, but it could happen.
We're definitely going to be in the top 5 for longest January dry spells at PDX.
Right.
That's what you're seeing on the graph there. Yeah.
Yeah, really dry. So it's 18 days. 18 days is the record, not 13. Okay, this is a beautiful view from. I forgot to put the viewer's name in here. Somebody very nice put this picture, submitted this to us, and it just kind of typifies what it's been like in January, the second half of January out at the beaches. The lower right. I think I have the days correct here. This is last Friday, I believe, the 16th.
Yep.
Oh, there's no calendar in here.
I remember using this graphic. Yep.
Yeah. And look at those mid to upper 60s, a few low 70s on the coastline. Oh,
wow.
Nice weather. Offshore flow. That was before the air mass had cooled much east of the Cascades. And in fact, speaking of before the air mass cooled east of the Cascades, look at the Cascades, how warm it was. This was last week, Wednesday the 14th, when we still had the warm air mass overhead, but the inversions hadn't set up too much yet.
Yeah.
Three-Corner Rock. Oh, I meant to get another graphic in here that made me think of it. Three-Corner Rock. So that's an interesting spot because that's kind of northwest or west of Stevenson up in the gorge at about 3,000 feet. And so it was 71, and yet in the cold air mass the last few days has been mainly in the 20s.
Wow.
And in fact, I meant to put this in. Somebody on one of the local weather Facebook groups showed 2 nights ago when the easterly flow diminished briefly. I believe that location went from the 20s up to 50 for like 3 hours, then dropped back into the 20s again as warm air made it down and then popped back up. Cold air popped back up again. Are you hearing a buzzing or is that just me? I think it's my phone.
I think that's just you.
Nobody hears it. It's only me hearing things. Okay, there we go.
Like someone's texting you, like you need to put it on Do Not Disturb?
No, I had it right beside the, if you put a phone right beside a speaker and it makes that buzzing noise.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder what that's doing to us. Speaking of warm coastal temps, so then this was this would have been Thursday and Friday, that offshore flow on the southern Oregon coast. So on the map, on the chart on the left, it's Gold Beach, and then Brookings and the California borders at the bottom. Look at these, the coastline itself around 70 on the beaches, but then just inland, goodness. I think this one is called Flynn Prairie, and this one is Red Mound, I believe. So these hills, 1,000, 2,000 feet just above the beaches, 82 and 76, and then 79 and 78.
And is that just because of the inversion or also just like the slope
downsloping too?
Yeah.
Northeasterly wind.
Yeah.
And I believe the Oregon state record now I'm saying this and I didn't look it up. I thought the Oregon state record for January temperature is maybe 77 or 78.
Wow.
So that could have been a new record in Oregon.
Warm stuff. Crazy.
Yeah. So when will the east wind die?
That's a big question. Yeah, I'm getting lots of messages from fellow cyclists who are like, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of it.
It looks like I need to, hit the restroom there. It seems like that look on my face, but we're going to try. This is the huge file we were talking about before we started to record. Tell me, what did you do last Friday?
Oh, yeah. So Payton and I, this was a first for both of us, and it's kind of a rite of passage here at Fox 12 for the weather team.
Right.
They send you up to Crown Point, right, Vista House, to experience the strong easterly gusts. So we got to do that for the first time.
Payton and Camila, are you having fun? Are you having fun? That's what we want to know.
Ken?
Go.
Hello, guys. It's Payton Major and Camila out here at Crown Point. Okay, so we had some preconceived thoughts about what this would be like. Let me tell you, it's worse.
It's unbelievable. I mean, we're standing against this railing, and when you get a strong enough gust, it pins you against it, literally.
I have fallen. Camila has almost fallen.
Oh, that's a good
Breathing
one.
is not an option up here.
No.
Okay, so we've already had gusts as strong as hurricane force wind, which is at least 74 miles per hour.
Yeah, so we already knew meteorologists were a little cuckoo. We found one here. This is Michael. You can see he's holding a handheld anemometer. What kind of readings have you gotten on this thing?
So far, I've gotten 83 mile an hour gusts.
Wow.
83.
So what, have you done this before? Have you been out here in these conditions?
Yeah, we've seen up to over 100 miles an hour here before, but this definitely was the strongest of the season so far.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's a good one. What is that one? What's the reading on that?
We're like hitting 70 about.
That's disrespectful, honestly. Woo. Smart move with the goggles, Michael. And you said you're a meteorologist. What interests you about being in these conditions?
I just love it, you know. I find it exciting. I love weather, and this is my passion. So.
It's like, how often can you be in wind this strong without hurricane or without rain?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of the only times you can experience hurricane force winds, right, without being in a hurricane.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna find shelter and send it back to you.
We're going to try to insert
insane.
it. Yeah.
And it was so funny to talk to that meteorologist up there. Well, when we rolled up, he was already there, and he's decked out. He's got his ski goggles on. He's got his anemometer, and so we were both like, "We're gonna be talking to that guy." So it was great,
that's
Michael.
good stuff.
Thank you, Michael.
We've never had two meteorologists out there at once, so that was a new thing for us.
Yeah, that was a special moment.
And when you were there, it was just weak wind. It was only just under 70. The next day it was 77 out at Rooster Rock.
Well, and I can only imagine what it feels like when it's gusting in the 90s or up to 100. I mean, you probably are crawling on the ground? I mean,
Pretty
can
much.
you even stand up? Yeah, that's crazy.
And the air mass hadn't cooled that much when you were there. Yes, I know it was pretty cold, but I believe it was around 40 or 39 or 40 when you were there. It wasn't. I don't remember it being in the 30s, and it dropped about 5 or 8 degrees after, in the following few days as the air mass cooled east of the Cascades. But yeah, still, what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days with gusts up around 70 miles per hour.
Yeah.
We're not showing Crown Point speeds because we think the sonic sensor there just reads low. We're pretty confident it reads low.
Yeah.
Here are the wind speeds just last hour. Still gusting to 30 in Troutdale, but that's better than 50.
Yeah.
60, I guess, is better than 75 at Corbett. So baby steps. And I have a cousin that lives not too far from Vista House, and he said, it's definitely backed off a little bit. So we hope for more backage offage coming up as we go into the overnight hours and tomorrow.
But it has been so steady, which I know can be just kind of a grind for folks living in those areas.
Yeah, and this shows kind of what's going on here. So this is a beautiful visible satellite picture today. Totally clear west of the Cascades. But you can see Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams, Mount Hood, and then Mount Jefferson down here. So what's going on is you have a lower elevations east of the Cascades. I think we talked about this last week in the podcast. It basically, the Columbia Basin, in this case below about 4,000 feet, is just full of cool air that just developed in place. Sometimes meteorologists or local weather geeks and meteorologists have called this fake cold because it didn't come from anywhere. It just was generated in place due to the long nights this time of the year. So there's moisture in there, so that contains fog and low clouds depending on your elevation and location. So look how it's just, this is through the afternoon hours. It's just not moving, right? It just sits there. Yeah. So, there is some movement through the west end of the gorge, but all this is stuck east of the Cascades. If we didn't have that sea level gap, the Columbia River Gorge, we wouldn't have those strong winds. But Camila and Payton were sitting right about here, and that's right where that air exits out of the gorge, and it spreads out through the East Metro and then dies down.
Right. Because this is creating a surface high pressure.
Right. East of the Cascades. Yeah. Dense, heavy air over here.
Yeah.
A big H. I could draw a big H over on the east side and weaker, lower pressure.
So it's trying to escape into the lower pressure.
And sometimes we can tell the depth by, like right here. Do you see the little speck and then the line?
Yeah.
The speck is Black Butte there, northwest of Sisters. I forget the height of Black Butte, but it must be 6,000 or 7,000 feet. And then this is Green Ridge, and you can, whatever Green Ridge is at elevation, it's right about there.
Yeah. So that's about where it's reaching. Yeah.
Yeah. In fact, we could see it today. There's no movement on this, but this is during the 5 o'clock show, our ski bowl camera. And two things to note. One is you can see the low cloud layer, in this case fog, it's coming through the pass. You can see movement from right to left. So Eastern Oregon is off to the right. Portland is off to the left over here. And look at the temperature. What sticks out there?
Yeah, that is a crazy inversion.
22 in the cold air that's streaming through the pass there, and then 44 up where our camera is.
At 5,000 feet.
Yeah, just within sight. You can look down to the other and say, oh, it's 22 degrees colder down there where I'm looking. Crazy, huh?
Yeah, it is pretty wild.
Now that's some real meteorology right there. So the way we track how strong the wind is and how strong it might be is watching the pressure gradient across the Cascade. So if there's a tighter pressure gradient, the wind gets stronger. Generally, there's other things that affect it, the inversion and whatnot. But you can see here, is this 7 days? Yeah, we go back 7 days. It started going negative, which is an easterly gradient.
Mm-hmm.
This is Thursday afternoon, and then you were out there right here Friday afternoon.
Around to like what is that? Like a minus, not quite a minus 9.
-8, -9 millibars.
Yeah.
And it never got below it. Actually, at one point it did go below I saw -10 point something yesterday or Monday. But anyway, it did weaken briefly one night. That was kind of weird. It came back up to about 5 millibars, and then it got strong again yesterday. And now we're back up to it's down to 6 or 7 millibars, which is still giving gusts 50 or 60 at the west end of the gorge. But we're hoping, models tell us it's going to be more in the 6 to 2 millibar range through the weekend. So to answer, when does the wind go away? If you live in the gorge, west end or east metro, it's not going to totally go away between now and Sunday, but it's going to continue to ramp down.
Yeah.
I think gusts tomorrow, 20, 30. Basically, it's going to go from a crazy east wind to just a regular annoying east wind.
Right.
And the gorge probably gusts 40 to 55 through the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So nope, wind isn't going to go away. So as they say, the answer is ... complicated.
Yeah. Just go, northwest of I-5 and I-84 for your bike rides is what I was telling people.
My son and I and my wife went down to, we want to get out of the cold and the wind on Sunday. So we went down to McIver Park, did disc golfing. And not like it was warm, but it was 48 and calm.
Yeah.
And sunny. So
and
sunny. Oh, that's much better.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Much better. Ooh, look at that beautiful Hudson's Bay low.
Dang.
Look at that. This is the upper level map. This is right now, basically, this Wednesday evening. Generally upper level ridging. It's kind of messy. There's these little upper level lows. There's one off the California coast, but we got ridging over Alaska. We got ridging over us. And then a nice, beautiful cyclonic, big long wave trough here over the eastern USA. This is classic cold eastern USA, mild western USA weather.
Yep.
It's beautiful. Look at the nice tight gradient there. The ice, the height lines. Okay. So what changes? Oh, I should point out, you may have heard about a snow or ice storm coming back east. That low off the California coast, it kind of gets absorbed into the flow, and by this is Sunday, so 3 days away, it's become just kind of a part of a wave and joining with something coming down from the north, and that's why they get a storm out here.
Yeah.
It goes together. Meanwhile, Sunday, you still have the H, nicely drawn here with the blue. Okay.
Gorgeous.
Beautiful.
10 out of 10.
Little blue dot for Portland, in case you don't know where you are. So same pattern Sunday. All right. So there is a hint of something. There's a little dip in the flow that's coming through maybe later Sunday and Monday, but this is coming through a ridge. So that's why we were thinking maybe a shower chance Monday. Just do the average the next 5 days. Heights are higher than normal. We've gone to the anomaly map now, 500 millibars. So next 5 days, now through Monday, we have
higher than normal heights. Yep.
Yeah, the big trough to the east. Now, the other thing to note, I do want to, because this is going to change here beyond 5 days, big ridging in Alaska, it's a full latitude ridge like this, all the way up and down. So we go to days 5 through 10, watch over the Gulf of Alaska. It does change out there. The ridging in Alaska mostly goes away. Big, deep trough develops out in the eastern Pacific, which if it was, I don't know, 1,000 miles farther east, we'd be back into mild and really wet, stormy.
Yeah.
But it looks like it wants to stay out there. That's a day 5 to 10 average. So this is all of next work week. On average, we still have some sort of ridging over the west, cold troughing over the east, and troughing way offshore.
Yeah.
So in this setup, we typically have a little warmer than average, and we get little weeks. Leftovers of systems are moving into the Pacific Northwest.
Very mild still.
That takes us to day 10, which takes us to, notice the last 8 there.
It's the end of the month, folks.
It's the end of the month, folks. So I think we're going to stay in this mild stuff for a while.
Dang.
Days 11 through 16. Now, this is the Canadian model. I figured to give it some love. Our friends up north are cold this time of the year, so let's talk about let's give them some love. And so look at that. Still higher than normal heights all across the western USA. It's clear that this upper level trough is not going to advance towards us as we head into early February, the end of January, early February. It's just staying there. The ridging wants to stay somewhere over the west coast.
Yeah.
This is not a La Nina pattern for us. I don't know what's going on, but this would remind me more of El Nino. I could be wrong, but
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's a real stinker winter so far, and it's going to continue. You know, a lot of years we've seen it suddenly change at the end of January. By the end of January, we're like, ooh, looks like a cold and trophy pattern for early February. We don't see that for now. So I'd say Western USA is going to remain mild and drier than normal into the first few days of February, but not dry. Here's the Euro. I got the next 24-hour precipits. Ensemble members. I heard a woman on the radio today twice say, chance of snow on Monday. I'm like, what?
Where?
No, they meant over for us. So I have no idea where that's coming from. But there's almost no precip. There could be a sprinkle Monday. 850 millibar temperatures are too warm for snow.
Yeah.
And it's above freezing anyway, so I have no idea where that's coming from. Yeah.
Huh.
Watch your weather sources, folks.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Now I'm curious. I'm going to open one of those generic weather apps and see if it's doing anything squirrely.
Okay.
Did you say you heard for Monday?
Yeah, it was Monday both times.
Okay.
That person was clearly reading a forecast that came from somewhere. I don't know where.
Interesting.
But you do see a lot more precipitation showing up at times beginning about Wednesday or later next week.
Mm-hmm.
So I would assume the following weekend could be wet.
Yeah.
Very mild. Something else that happens once we start getting the cloud cover, Monday and beyond, the overnight lows are going to go way back up into the above average probably.
Right. So we get that cloud cover back.
Yeah. So did you see anything yet? Are you still looking?
So you were saying Monday.
Yeah, what's your app? Are you looking at, the old Apple app?
I'm looking at the Weather Channel app.
What's it say? It's
and
better.
It just says, no, it says low of 29, high of 46, and 6% chance of precip.
Oh, maybe somehow. Yeah, but why would it grab that 6% chance? Yeah, okay, it'll be 30 in the morning and a precipitation.
Well, so is that what it's saying? Yeah, like maybe.
It'd be freezing rain anyway. I don't know.
Yeah, that's weird. Anyway.
All right. So you just look at the Euro temps for the next 15 days. There's clearly a warming trend. We're going to get out of this cold, dryish pattern into a cloudier, milder pattern once again, like we had in early January. Lows come back up into the 40s most of the time, highs into the 50s. This is about 5 or 8 degrees above average. So if you were hoping for snow in January, that's not happening in the lowlands.
Nope.
Kind of not happening in the Cascades too. But there you go. My summary warming trend end of January. Looks like it's going to go into early February too. There you go. So that's our 7-day forecast. Kind of sad there.
Yeah. I mean, more sunshine though. People are liking that.
So that's a positive part. The negative is, oh my gosh, that's a lot of red.
Yeah, that's not good.
It's really bad, and all the mountains of Oregon are in really bad shape right now. We had
this
one
is the
snowstorm.
snow water equivalent, by the way.
Snow water equivalent.
You're just listening. Yeah.
If you go back a couple of podcast episodes, we had our term of the week was the snow water equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty bad. So then I just checked. So I had this graphic ready to go for tomorrow, because why make the graphic today and change it again tomorrow when I'm not going to use it today? I think I might use it tomorrow, so I have it ready to go tomorrow, and then just say, oh, it'll be ready.
You're always 3 steps ahead, Mark.
3 steps ahead. In other parts of my life, I'm 3 steps behind. All right. So snow at the bottom of the Poochie lifted timberline, 33 inches on the ground, which is lower than 2015. So here's the deal. We've had some really bad ski winters. Skiers know this, snowboarders. In 2015, so 11 years back, it never really recovered. It was just a really bad ski winter. And another year that was just terrible until mid-March, which is pretty much the whole ski season. 04, 05. So about every 10 years, we seem to get a really bad one. And maybe this is going to be one of those. Each of the other years that was bad in early to mid-January recovered by the end of January.
Yeah, turned around.
February.
Yeah.
I mean, looking at those maps and charts, we don't see a turnaround in the next 10 to 15 days, which takes us into early February.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty bad. What do I have? Okay. So I did look at the snow water equivalents. Go back to 1981 at this location.
Mm-hmm.
And we're pretty much right on par with 2015, 2005, and then 1981 was worse, actually.
1981.
So basically, technically at that spot, it's the lowest snow water equivalent on the little measuring device since 1981. And I was 12 in 1981. So that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So pretty bad. There you go. And what do we see? So we just take the Euro. This one actually does pretty well because it gets the elevation pretty close. And you're like, well, look at all the snow coming up in the next 2 weeks up there at Mount Hood Meadows or anywhere at that elevation of Mount Hood. We don't want to pick on Mount Hood Meadows. But look below. See the mean, so the average. We just go out, a week and a half. So the end of the month, the average is 3 inches. through the end of the month.
Yeah.
And in fact, the average, we go out another, 6 days beyond that to the 5th of February, 7 inches of snow.
Yeah.
And the operational run, the control run, has actually got an inch, basically. And you're thinking, wait a minute, there's a decent amount of precip. Well, the problem is we may have warm systems again.
Right.
We could get into a rain-snow setup again, which we don't want with such a thin snowpack.
Exactly.
But there is some hope, I suppose, if you want to cherry pick. You do see a few outliers there, 15, 18, 21 inches.
Yeah.
Is anybody even over 20? Oh, there's one. Yeah. I mean, we could, just like what happened in early January, one cold system could squeak through and we get 3 feet of snow.
True.
That would help. That would help a huge amount. But right now we just don't see it.
Don't see it.
850 millibar temps. So past elevation, you want to see the green line is the average of all the ensemble members. So just kind of follow the green. The entire time, actually, it is at or above past elevation.
Right.
For freezing temperatures. That's pretty warm. That's not good.
Yeah.
We didn't lose much. We haven't lost that much snow. Yes, it's compressed and turned into a bit of a brick outside the groomed areas, but we didn't lose that much because it's been dry and clear days. At night times, the snow firms up, freezes at night.
Yeah.
But if we start getting cloud cover next week and little weak systems coming through, then we can start to lose more snowpack.
Right. Because it basically went from 38 to 33, right? At that spot, I think.
I think it was 45, wasn't it? 45, 48?
I thought it was 38.
Did it never get above 38 even after the snowstorm at that elevation? Maybe you're right. You're right, because up at Timberline at 6,000 feet, it never went above 48, I don't believe. Yeah.
I mean, it was sitting at 38 for a while, because I just remember, because I remember using that graphic through the weekend. Okay. But maybe it was in the 40s before, but...
At best. It couldn't have been above the low 40s, though.
Yeah.
So skiing outlook, last snow was 2 weeks ago. Hard to believe. No snow through next Tuesday. Thin areas, but if you stay on the groomed runs, that's where I plan to go this weekend. I'm not going off the groomed runs. Next snow is likely still 7 to 9 days away, and we hope when precipitation arrives later next week that it's in the form of snow and not rain. Right. One more reason I'm going this weekend. Oh, and Camilla's gone the following weekend, so I got to work for her anyway. So boo-hoo,
he's so mad about it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I have to do all the shows on Friday.
Oh, why? Oh, I'm off.
Because you're gone.
This is what we do. Okay, let's go. You know what? Earth, boring. Let's talk space.
Space, awesome. Let's play this video first. Hopefully this one will work.
Wait, on that last video, at first we couldn't see the video. You couldn't hear the video, but you could see it, right?
Yeah, and this one doesn't have sound, so
good.
It should
there's no sound in space.
Play.
So this is from our ski bowl camera, so I guess there would have been sound. But look in the distance. Last night during our 10 o'clock show, I looked over at Payton and I go, wait, we never see light behind Mount Hood from our vantage point.
Yeah.
And just so you know, all the light, we're getting light pollution from the light right behind us. That's all this bright stuff up top and below. Okay. And so watch at the horizon in the distance, you'll see the curtains of Aurora Borealis, 10:30 to 11 p.m. Isn't that neat?
Yeah.
And then I drove home about this time and saw nothing.
Yeah.
That was it. Let's see one more time. Okay. Let's play one more time.
It comes in waves sometimes.
Pretty neat.
That's so neat. Those like ribbons of light.
Yeah, that's pretty neat. We could see it, pulsing during the show.
Nice.
Okay, so Camila, I'm going to have you take this over because I just know we used this the last few days and I want to know more about it.
Feel free to jump in at any point in time.
Okay.
But yeah, so when we are anticipating a solar storm that's going to, impact our geomagnetic activity, which is what we need to see the northern lights and Aurora Borealis. It's basically the interaction of those particles with our atmosphere. So there's some indices out there that meteorologists, all space folks are looking at, and one of them is K-index. And K-index is from a specific geomagnetic observatory. So it's a range from 0 to 9. This is a definition from the spaceweather.com glossary, is directly related to the maximum amount of fluctuation relative to a quiet day in the geomagnetic field over a 3-hour interval. And it's tied to a specific spot.
Yeah, so that's a little more kind of generic.
Yes. So
3-hour interval. Okay.
I think more people are used to seeing the KP index, which is using 13 of those ground magnetic field observatories and basically taking the weighted average. Okay. So it creates something that I think is a little bit more I don't know. It just makes more sense from a broad standpoint to, I guess, look at the KP index.
And it maxes out at 9, I think. Is
Yep.
that right?
Yep, exactly. So 0 is very quiet and 9 is very disturbed.
So we want, if you want aurora, you want the big numbers, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right?
You do. You want the big numbers. But some people will argue, Mark, that the KP index matters less than the BZ index. So what is the BZ index? So this is a measure of the north-south orientation of the interplanetary magnetic field measured perpendicular to the ecliptic plane. Got that?
Okay.
So it's basically measuring the magnetic, or I should say the energy that we're getting from the solar storms. You can kind of think of that as spaghetti being kind of thrown at a windshield. So we want it to be thrown southward because then it will kind of splatter more, if you will, than if it was thrown northward and it just kind of slides off. Does that make sense?
That's pretty interesting. Yeah, it kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I haven't eaten dinner, so it made me hungry, but no, that's good.
So I read that as I was like kind of pulling and looking for these definitions. I was like, actually, that's kind of a good way to visualize it. So you want that BZ index to be southward or negative, because that is anti-parallel to Earth's magnetic field. So we get more kind of reactivity, if you will.
I just know that the aurora watchers, that's a big deal. We need the BZ to go negative.
Exactly.
Negative. It's all about negative.
The more negative it is, the better. So
that's really interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there
BZ,
you go.
K, and KP.
So this was just a little screen grab of the most recent geomagnetic storm. You can see the KP index ratings here. So, I mean, that's pretty high. So when people were, taking these pictures, which you'll see momentarily, 8.7. I mean, that's strong. And then
what fooled me, well, it didn't fool me, but that evening, the yellow there where it dropped off and came back, and this was a very long-lasting solar storm, too.
Right.
It went on for two and a half days. But we were in our evening shows where it dropped down into the yellow, and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess that was the CME, the coronal mass ejection. Like, I guess it mostly buffeted the Earth's, I hate that word, the atmosphere over Earth. Okay. And maybe it's going to weaken now, like we're going to go back to the yellows and lower. But no, right after I left work, then it ramped back up, and then people saw the northern lights at like midnight and beyond that first night. Was that Wednesday night? Yeah.
Yeah, it stayed above 7, it looks like, for quite a while.
And then the next night, which was last night, I guess it was Monday night. Then last night, Tuesday night into Wednesday, it stayed high all through the next day and into early this Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
Finally now the storm is over. So pretty interesting. Like people have said, there's also little substorms within the storm that are hard to measure. So that's pretty neat.
Yeah. And so we use spaceweather.com. They have a nice, just along the left-hand side of that website, they have all the current conditions. So you can see the current auroral oval, and then you can just see what these indices look like. So you can see how they have that like BZ index listed there at the bottom, almost -3.
Yeah, the ACE. ACE is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, where are you?
I often hit ACE because then you can see, when you hit the ACE, then you get to see
I see. You actually
trace
see
of the BZ.
Yeah. You actually see it graphed. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty interesting.
So there you go.
Stuff.
Pretty cool
stuff.
That
was good. I learned something. Good stuff. So what did it do? There we go.
Very cool. It was so fun to go through all the Aurora Borealis pictures because we got some excellent ones.
There were a lot in there.
There were a ton. It was honestly a little hard to pick. So don't be offended if I didn't pick your picture. But Cherry got some great ones from Oceanside, Oregon. Look at that. You can see the
nice pillars.
Yeah, the pillars. You can see the green, purples, reds. That's good stuff.
And that could have been last night because I used this one on air around 9, 10 o'clock, I guess, whatever it was. But, so I couldn't tell if she just put that in or was that from the night before.
If it was from like early that morning.
Because the night before it looked good too. More like this, I believe, was the night before. Could be wrong.
Amazing. So
now
there's
I'm just
a couple
making stuff up, but I think this might have been the night before, but I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, all of the submissions either had like 20 or 21. So anyway, from the last couple of nights. So the one on the left, Hammond Boat Basin, which is in Warrenton, right? Way up at the tip.
Yep.
Mick took that one. And then on the right-hand side, that was near Fossil. Lisa took that one. Just really amazing colors in that. And most of these are just, phone cameras.
Yeah, they do really well. Payton made us a nice graphic. I don't know if you saw it. That make sure you go on the we did it on our First Alert Weather Extra last night. Or was it 2 nights ago? Last night, and she talked about make sure. I didn't even know this on the phone. In fact, I'm going to look right now on the phone when you're taking a picture. She said there's a little moon icon, and there it is.
Oh,
moon
for
icon.
Like night exposure, maybe?
Night mode off.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, does that mean it was on? Night mode auto. Oh, so maybe it'll go auto, but I think you can force it or something to go on or off.
Little moon.
I'd have to look, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can literally hit night.
Why would you turn night mode off? I don't know. I'd have to look.
No, I was
never a photographer.
I think you need to go max night mode is what you're supposed to do.
Where's that?
Oh. Well, there's a sliding scale.
Oh, exposure to. Oh, there's all sorts of stuff that I've never looked at.
Oh, there's a ton of stuff on these cameras that you can do.
I'm just not a photographer. That's not my thing. But people that are photographers, good stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and then this was a little bonus submission that I loved. So the person who submitted this, Sue, was like, "What is that bright spot?" She literally was just asking, like, "What is this?" And this is a perfect example of a sundog.
Oh, especially with the two pictures together.
Exactly.
You can kind of see what's going on.
Yeah, because you see just the spot on the left-hand side, but then on the right, you can actually see the positioning of the sun and how it's completely level with it. And you can even see the colors in it. I mean, this is a good one.
So it's basically a part of the halo that you might be seen around the sun, left and right of the sun, in a way.
Yep.
You can imagine a circle around the sun right there, and it's on the left side.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just because of the refraction of the light through the tiny little ice crystals. And you need sun low on the horizon and very cold air for these two ideal conditions. Yeah,
for ideally conditions.
Mm-hmm.
But you could see it in the summer, I think.
I think so, yes.
I think
but
I've
ideally,
had some in the summer, but ideal is we want ideal. We don't want just meh stuff.
And they don't always break up into colors like this. Sometimes they just show up as white. So it's cool when you get the rainbow.
That's pretty neat. Good stuff.
Yeah.
If you have photos, kptv.com/weather. Okay, old folks like me that want the big computer. If you're a regular person that's under 50, you have this thing called a phone, and you have an app on your phone, the First Alert Weather app. We also have the Fox 12 Oregon News app as well. If you're really big into the news, but we like the weather app better because it's weather. I hope nobody heard me say that. But you can submit the photos. It's really easy to submit your photos on that way.
Yes, love to see them.
I'm going to stop sharing. So if you have any questions, I'm going to look, Camila. Have you been looking at the
I've
seen anything on our Facebook
Actually,
page?
our chat has been quite
full.
active.
I'm going there. Let's see what we got, folks. A little bit of fun. I'm going to go way back to the beginning. Here we go.
Buckle up.
Still just one freeze this season in Southeast Portland. Oh, here we go. That's because most of the time in Southeast Portland, you've had the east wind when other folks had the freeze.
Right.
Carl loves phenology, all that stuff with plants and whatnot. Coastal winter warm spells. Why don't I just, there we go. Coastal winter warm spells deserve more spotlight attention on TV segments. I will let the boss know, Carl.
You are the boss, Mark. Come on.
And Brian wants a private plane to Red Mound next time this happens in January.
I
Wouldn't
agree.
We all? Oh,
yeah.
Wait, the state record is 81. Here. Thanks to Brian. A state record is 81 in 2015. So, okay, we didn't.
At that specific place, Red Mound?
Was Flynn Prairie 82? I just showed the graphic, Brandon, we know Brandon. He would like to know, is February going to have snow or Arctic cold? As of now, we don't see anything, as we covered, but for all we know, there's some surprise in mid-February.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holly wants to know. Frost on roads tomorrow, Southwest Portland. Probably not. Now, as the east wind weakens, don't you think, Camilla, if the east wind weakens more Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we start a little more moisture in the air, we might see some spots of frost start to show up.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because so I work out with this team and we're always doing workouts on the Nike track. And it's always like, is there going to be frost on the track or not? Is there going to be frost on the track? And it's interesting because sometimes you'll have very similar conditions, but one will produce frost, one will not. I was theorizing that because it's been so dry, there was less frost today, maybe, than there had been in a couple previous mornings. I don't know.
Yeah. And if there's a little more punch of an east wind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good question. This is what I've been hearing out there, too. Is the Willamette Valley going to see snow this winter or maybe not? We are due for a no-snow winter in the Portland area. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It generally, yes, I know it can snow in April, a freak event once every 50 years. But generally, 90% of the time, if we're going to get snow, it's going to happen by mid-February. But the other 10% of the time says it could happen later.
Yeah. So it's not looking likely this year.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go through a few more of these. What time is it? 7:47. You're almost out of time. So we'll move along. Will Multnomah Reynolds School District close tomorrow?
Because of the wind?
It's too cold to take the kids to school.
Oh.
You know, when I was a kid, we walked through.
We walked 4 miles through.
Well, Jennifer does say my kids had to play at recess today. It's ridiculous.
Oh.
They can't stay inside in the gym.
Cold.
Reynolds is pretty rough.
That would be cold. But yeah, that's interesting. You'd think they would keep kids inside if it was. Actually, did you look at any of the wind chill stuff? Yeah, like how much?
Mid-20s.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, it's cold.
Yeah, that's chilly.
Okay, so then other people commented with Jennifer. We're gonna get some more crazy comments. What's it say? Okay, let's see. Concerned about Jennifer's more concerned about the schools. Okay. No, I don't. It's cold, Jennifer, but the kids, they'll just run around, I guess. Okay.
Kids are more hardy than we are.
Corey says hi from Seattle.
Hi, Corey.
When will the weather be warmer? Well, we just covered that actually. Maybe that was put in actually before we talked about the warmer stuff. Is that it? I think we got most of it. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, I should have checked before. Okay. Oh, it's okay. Third sunny weekend in a row coming from my daughter's ski lesson in Mount Meadows. She has no idea how rare this is. Oh, that is true. That is really 3 sunny weekends. Almost never happens.
Yeah.
Well, Brian, when you were 15 in 1985, it did happen.
Actually, Mark, do we have a graphic on consecutive sunny days?
That's a tough one to get. The info for that's much tougher to find. Yeah.
Fine. Poo-pooed that idea pretty quick.
Was there one? Don't purpose. Oh yeah. Did you see this happen when you were up at Vista House?
Oh yeah, there was one. There was one Tesla that parked.
Ooh, expensive.
Yeah. And I think the door was fine, but you hear that crank. And we were just like, oh. Yeah. I think it was okay, but yeah, there were some people that were definitely parking the wrong direction and opening their door. What is that? With the wind.
You want to point the door. Yeah, you don't want the door. You don't want when you open the door for the wind to suddenly grab it and snap it.
Right.
I once saw in 2010 or so, a woman got out of the pickup truck
at Vista House.
Yeah, at Vista House. They were right by the steps. It was pointed away from the winds. They were pointed back towards Portland.
No.
She got out, or she opened her door and immediately snap. And so what does the gentleman do? He opens his door too to help out. And of course his snaps. And I clearly remember, was that the one where the woman hopped in the back? That was I remember one time I saw a person in the back of the pickup, they just got in and get the heck out of there. Cause you go, half mile, you're fine.
Yeah.
But what I remember is that pickup just kind of went back up the road, back towards Corbett with both doors just kind of half broke.
Oh,
just kind of sitting there. Think how expensive that was to get fixed at the dealer.
Yikes. And then when both your doors are open and all your contents are just getting blown around.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that meant.
Why did you pop that up without reading it first?
I guess that's kind of the point is I should read them. Okay, so I think we're about out of time because it's 7:50. I'm hungry. We got to get this thing published.
Yeah,
and hopefully we get the real video on. We're going to have to get that video on.
Oh, yeah. We'll clip that so you can see me and Payton getting annihilated up there.
Right. All right. So it's been fun, folks. Thanks for joining us for the First Alert Weather Podcast. We should be back next Wednesday. We'll be talking about the end of January and early February. We'll see if anything's different. See you later, Camila. Well, actually, in about 2 minutes when I walk into the other room. See you all the rest of you next week.